What would it feel like if your body were crushed, scorched, and overwhelmed all at once in a sea of toxic acid? Welcome to Venus. You asked for the ultimate extreme planetary vacation, but this world offers nothing but pure, unadulterated pain. Up here in orbit, it looks serene, almost peaceful, but down below, it's a literal graveyard of melted probes and crushed metal. Today, we are diving straight into the most hostile environment in the entire solar system to see exactly how long we can survive. Before I do something incredibly stupid and dive into that atmospheric blender, I need a planetary breakdown. Equatorial diameter, 12,104 kilometers. Mass, 82% of Earth. Current atmospheric composition, 96.5% carbon dioxide, 3.5% nitrogen, with significant traces of sulfur dioxide. Okay, so it's basically Earth's twin, right? Just a little bit smaller, a little closer to the sun. Everyone loves to hate on Venus, but I'm ready to give her a fair chance. Look at those clouds. They look like massive mounds of butterscotch whipped cream. But my ship's computer says negative. Venus is commonly referred to as Earth's evil twin. The environment is entirely lethal to biological organisms. Furthermore, those clouds are composed primarily of concentrated sulfuric acid. Physical contact will result in immediate and catastrophic chemical burns. Okay, fine. So she's got a highly toxic personality. I can work with that. Look, before I plunge into this swirling vortex of melting demise, do me a massive favor and hit that like and subscribe button down below. It really helps fund these suicidal planetary field trips, and frankly, my hazard pay is embarrassing. Alright, let's initiate the descent sequence. Whoa! The turbulence here is absolutely insane! My system shows I have entered the upper troposphere. I am currently experiencing a meteorological phenomenon known as superrotation. The atmospheric winds at this altitude are traveling at 360 kilometers per hour. That is roughly 60 times faster than the planet's actual sidereal rotation. 360 kilometers an hour? That's a Category 5 hurricane on steroids. But honestly, it's not as hot as I thought it would be. My suit telemetry says it's only about 86 degrees Fahrenheit out there. That's like a warm summer afternoon in Florida. I could hang out here all day. You know, for years, scientists believed that Venus was completely dead, sterile. But now that is changing. Some of the smartest astronomers on Earth are looking right here, in this exact cloud layer, for alien life. But the environment is highly acidic and lacks abundant free oxygen. Survival of terrestrial-type organisms is mathematically improbable. Yeah, terrestrial organisms, sure, but what about Venusian extremophiles? Look, back in 2020, scientists found traces of a gas called phosphine right here in these clouds. And just recently, long-term monitoring from the James Clerk Maxwell telescope confirmed it's really here. On Earth, phosphine is only made by two things: industrial chemistry labs and anaerobic microbes. Plus, they found ammonia up here too. Ammonia shouldn't naturally exist in an environment this acidic. The only way it makes sense to have this crazy chemical disequilibrium is if some microscopic, acid-resistant sky squids are pumping it out to neutralize the environment. My suit's data just updated. A reanalysis of archival Pioneer Venus data indicates that the aerosol droplets in this specific cloud layer may contain up to 60% water, significantly increasing the potential habitability index for microbial life. See? Even my database admits it's possible. In fact, private space company Rocket Lab is partnering with MIT on a mission called Venus Life Finder. In the summer of 2026, it plans to send a probe right where I'm floating to hunt for organic molecules. What do you guys think? Are we entirely alone? Or do you think we are going to find living, breathing, acid-spitting alien microbes floating in these clouds? Drop a comment below right now and let me know your wildest theories. I read all of them. Alright, enough sightseeing in the habitable zone. Let's punch through this cloud deck and see what the surface looks like. Man, it is getting dark fast and weirdly quiet. Hey, where's all the lightning? I specifically packed my heavy-duty rubber boots because I read that Venus has non-stop, intense lightning storms. Checking my logs, that data is outdated and incorrect. Recent analysis from NASA's Parker Solar Probe points to a surprising twist. The energetic phenomena once identified as lightning are actually produced by meteors burning up in the upper atmosphere. Actual lightning strikes on Venus are exceedingly rare, if they exist at all. Great, so I carried these bulky boots for absolutely nothing. Thanks for the heads up, computer. Wait, my suit telemetry is flashing red. What is going on with the temperature? External temperature is rising exponentially as I approach the surface. Current temperature, 300 degrees Celsius. 467 degrees Celsius. 467 degrees? That's 872 degrees Fahrenheit. That's literally hot enough to melt solid lead. Now, a critical warning. Atmospheric pressure is currently at 93 bars. That is mathematically equivalent to standing 900 meters underwater in Earth's oceans. The structural integrity of my suit is under severe, compounding stress. I can feel it. It feels like an entire school of elephants is sitting directly on my chest and moving. Trying to walk down here, it's not like walking through air. It feels like I'm wading waist deep through a rushing river of hot molasses. My scanner says that's correct. At this specific intersection of temperature and pressure, the carbon dioxide atmosphere enters a supercritical state. It is no longer a standard gas. It behaves as a supercritical fluid, possessing the expansive volumetric properties of a gas, but the physical density and dissolving power of a liquid. So I'm basically drowning in an ocean of boiling, toxic, invisible soda? I am definitely not coming back here for spring break. The visibility is terrible, but wait, what is that massive shadow over there? It looks like a giant mountain. My display shows I am observing Sif Mons. It is a massive planetary shield volcano. A volcano? Is it dead? Because honestly, I'd really rather not deal with an active eruption right now. I know scientists used to think Venus had been geologically dead for billions of years, but a database check shows that assumption has been decisively proven false. In May 2024, planetary scientists reanalyzed radar backscatter data from the Magellan mission. They detected significant geological changes on the western flank of Sif Mons, indicating fresh, spreading lava flows that occurred in the early 1990s. Venus is currently highly volcanically active. Wait, this massive thing could erupt right now? Let's get away from the active volcano, please. Whoa, look at this. It's a massive, winding river channel. It looks exactly like the Grand Canyon or the Mississippi River Delta, but there's obviously no water here. Any water would instantly boil away. So what carved a riverbed this big? My system notes I am observing a geologic feature known as a canale. The longest of these structures on Venus, Baltis Vallis, extends over 6,800 kilometers. For decades, the mechanism of their origin was a profound mystery. In August 2025, researchers from Arizona State University determined that these vast channels were mechanically eroded by carbonatite lava. Carbonatite lava is a highly exotic, low-viscosity magma. Unlike normal, thick, basaltic lava, carbonatite lava possesses a viscosity closer to water. It erupts as a pitch-black fluid and rapidly weathers into a stark, chalky white crust. On Earth, it only exists at one specific volcano in Tanzania. Black lava that flows like water and turns white? That sounds visually incredible.
But wait,
If a massive river of this stuff flowed for thousands of miles across the planet, it would have released an insane amount of gas. The outgassing from these specific carbonatite eruptions was mathematically massive. Recent models suggest that these eruptions could have delivered a total mass of carbon dioxide comparable to the entire modern Venusian atmosphere. Wait, so you're saying these exact lava rivers literally created the hellish, crushing atmosphere I'm standing in right now? For years, scientists believe the planet boiled over billions of years ago due to the sun. But if this lava did it, that means Venus could have been a beautiful, temperate, Earth-like planet with liquid water oceans until just a few 100 million years ago. And that hypothesis is currently supported by the latest computational modeling. That is absolutely tragic. This place used to be paradise, and now it's an oven. Venus does not possess a gravitationally bound moon. However, it does possess a quasi-satellite. Asteroid 2002 VE68 is trapped in a 1-to-1 mean motion resonance with the planet. The International Astronomical Union officially named it Zoozve because an artist misread his own handwriting on a children's poster, and a podcast host turned it into a massive global naming campaign. Human error is literally written into the astronomical record now. I love that. Whoa, what was that? Hazard detected. Severe seismic activity indicates a massive magmatic upwelling directly beneath my current position. Furthermore, my suit's thermal shielding has degraded by 85% due to the supercritical carbon dioxide. Catastrophic structural implosion is estimated in exactly 14 seconds. 14 seconds? Computer, initiate emergency orbital extraction. Get me out of here right now.